these values. So respect, I'll tell you, one of Aesop's tales about the sun versus the wind. Maybe you've heard this before, but this illustrates the principle of respect really well, related to the sun. The sun and the wind decided to challenge each other one day, and who was stronger? And so they saw a traveler walking down a road with a coat on, and the sun said to the wind, whoever can make that man take off his coat between the two of us is the strongest. And so the wind said, I'll go first. And he blew and he blew and he blew. And as he blew harder, the man wrapped his coat tighter and tighter around his body to hold it on. Until finally the wind had to give up because he couldn't do it. Then the sun came out in his turn, and all the sun did was shine with all of his glory. He was true to who he was, to warm up this man to the point that he was so warm that he gently took off his coat. We recognize and respect the power that is in each of you. Each of you are like the sun. You're best when you shine and you're true to who you are. We built a business around respect to allow you the space to do that. And we respect the potential that each of you has. Our job is to keep that potential and that road wide open ahead of you.
Number 2 is fun. To shoe. This one was easy. A few years ago, we did a words night at Unconventional. The theme was shoes to be you. And fun was very, very important to me because I had a job that was not. And the reason it was not is because they basically said, sit down, think like we tell you to, be who we want you to be. And here we wanted a place where you could come and be you. And wherever you are on that road in the brand, whether you're conservative, whether you're crazy, whether you're gonna have fun and do things very off the cuff, or you're gonna run a very tight conservative business, you could come and figure it out on your own terms. Be yourself and choose how you wanted to run that. That was something that was very important to me because if any of you have been in that place where you couldn't be yourself, you know how stifling that could be. The most fun you can have is when you get to choose to be you. For those of you that were around, this was our second Unconventional here in Chicago 2.5 years ago. So it's been a little while. But what a great night to see everybody show up. And it was everything from flip-flops to stilettos to homemade, made my own shoes. It was all kinds of crazy and fun where you could come and be yourself. And that's what makes something fun, is when you can come and say, this is what I want to bring to it, and this is who I am.
Okay, number 3 is honesty. If we are all honest with ourselves, we know exactly what honesty is. So I have a little formula that helps you determine, are you being honest? And that is, if you want to be trusted, be honest. If you want to be honest, be true. If you want to be true, be yourself. There's too much complication in this world, but it's an election year, so we're being reminded about this again. The world needs more honesty. And when you are honest with the people around you, especially with your customers, even when you make a mistake, they love you more for it. We're not perfect people, and sometimes it's tough to own our mistakes and to be completely honest about our shortcomings. But we know as a company, and we know that you as a business owner, when you are honest and you are committed to that principle, it shines through and it builds trust. It allows other people to see your true character of who you are, and it allows them to connect with you in a way that they never can if you're not honest with them.
4-door, this is energy, and this is important too. Energy, you have to push a door open, right? You don't walk past doors and they fly open. But every day is full of choices, and where do you put your energy? What door do you push through? What choices do you make? I put a battery up here because there are 2 sides to it. There's a positive and a negative. You get to choose all the time how you treat a situation, what you walk into, what you will do with it. Will you push open the positive door and use your energy for good things, or will you push through and pull something down and tear it apart? I had the opportunity to have breakfast with Shauna Weber this morning, and I love this. We talked about this for several minutes, that you can make a choice. You can take you've had some bad things happen. You have a clunky website, we have shipping issues. You've had bad things happen. How you choose how to deal with it, how you choose how to push that door open makes all the difference. You can use your attitude to make it a small thing and put it in perspective, or you can focus on it and put a lot of energy behind it and pull it down and make it negative. You get to choose the energy that you bring to it, whether that's positive or negative. You get to choose what doors you push through.
5 Hive is, of course, innovation. Everyone says that they want to innovate. Everyone wants to be busy doing that. To actually do it is a lot of work. Now think about a bee in a hive. Especially as children, it's something that we're afraid of. We're afraid that it can sting us. We're afraid it's kind of an unknown. It's buzzing around. It's bothering us. Innovation takes a lot of hard work, a lot of coordination. Think about the busyness in the industry, the focus, all the things that happen within that hive of activity. That is the work necessary to innovate. Because when you innovate, you're changing the course of what's happening around you. You're going against what everyone else is doing that is comfortable. Okay? You have to be willing to be that hardworking bee that people may not understand. It might bother them, or they might be afraid of you because you're threatening to what is comfortable to them. But in the end, if you're true to yourself and you really do work hard enough, like the busyness within a hive, to innovate, it pays off because you can set yourself aside, set yourself apart from all of the other things that are common and boring in life.
Number 6, sticks, creativity. Love this one. Don't think of it as a stick, think of it as a magic wand. Creativity is a word I think some people are scared of. Those of us who feel like we're creative people, we love it. We want to be around more creatives. We feed off each other's energy. We want to do all kinds of crazy things and nothing scares us. But think of creativity a little bit differently. Every one of you is creative. You have to be. You have this magic wand, and it really is magic. It lets you, when you can be creative, when you can accept that, when you can roll it into your business, it really will do all kinds of wonderful things for you. It takes you out of the box. The best place for your creativity will suit you, and the best should suit any business owner, is when you can step up and solve a problem. You can make a decision. You don't have to be in this realm of what everybody's always done before. You can think bigger, you can think differently, you can make different choices because you are creative. You are a creative. And every single one of you is. You couldn't own a business if you weren't. You have to make all kinds of decisions on the fly. You have to do lots of things in a very short decision time. And sometimes it's just, what resources do I have at my fingertips and what can I make happen?
And 7 Heaven, of course, is passion. Many of us want to live a life that allows us to go to heaven, and knowing that and making that our goal becomes our passion and our focus. Your passion is what determines what gives you energy, what keeps you going. It determines the direction that you take in life. What is most important to you is what will attract the most passion. So I love this. It says, if you can't figure out your purpose, figure out your passion. For your passion will lead you directly to your purpose. Sometimes in life we feel like we're drifting. We want to feel like we're getting a lot more traction and progress. I promise you that if you go back to figure out what makes you most passionate, what is most important to you, and if that's what you pursue, that will open up a purpose in life beyond your imagination. I never thought that my passion would be a pink polka dotted soap and lotion company. Never in a million years. I mean, when I was 18, I was going to be a lawyer, and I was going to go that direction. But this has opened up for me a passion of dealing with people and creating things that didn't exist before. This has been a dream for me, where my passion has focused my purpose and helped me to be the very best person that I can be, because that passion and that purpose are in sync with